Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to have you here. Glad to be here. But I'm in countdown mode. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Because, sound not good. We were just talking about that. All right. Check one, two. There we go. This should fix it. Joey and I were just talking about that. All right. So we should be good now. Sorry about that. Still working on microphone. I had the wireless, but the wireless died. So we're working on it. Marvin says better. That's not how you spell better. But anyway. So now you can hear me. That's great. The NASDAQ hit 20,000 in mid-December and has gone nowhere for the last 2 months. Panicking. I'm not going to tell nobody out there to panic. Wow, that's amazing how Joey just fixes everything. Joey didn't do it. I did it. I had to he didn't do anything. He didn't fix nothing. Wow. Everybody's going to jump on. He didn't. Listen, I give him credit when credit is due. He didn't do it. Right, it's all right. I'm in countdown mode. Because why? After I leave today, we are headed to Hawaii. Ooh, we got to be at the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning. The flight leaves at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we will be on our way to Hawaii. Ooh, I'm excited. Where it's warm. I'm gonna eat a lot of bacon and pineapple. I think that's going to be the majority of my diet while I'm in Hawaii is bacon, pineapple, and fish. Yeah, bacon, pineapple, and fish. That's what I'm going to be looking at. Hit the like button, folks. Thank you, John. Felix says safe travels. Glenn, how much snow did you get? We got a dusting, but it was cold. There was no a whole lot of snow, but it was cold. I'm in Hawaii right now. I escaped the 30. Wow, Joe Mama, you in Hawaii? Well, the boat's going to take us to all of the islands. That's what we're going to do. Don't put that pineapple on your pizza. I don't do that. Bacon, great heart food. Yeah, not really, but. And he'll be turning into every live stream. Now, my wife says I'm not allowed to watch the market while we're gone, but I am going to try to vlog. Mimi, are you here? I am going to try to vlog on YouTube. I don't know how that's going to work out. All right. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm going to try. Glenn, can we look at Palantir today? It's a hold today, but one of my sources says it's a sell. So, Kathy, I did put out a short today. Ryan's not here, so I put out the shorts today. One of them was on Palantir. I still own it. And my goal right now is to not lose more than half of what I've made. The stock is still up. It went from 75% down to about 45%. If it gets down to about 37.5%, that's when I'm going to get out of it. Now, with that being said, I closed out of all of my other positions in that portfolio. That's my more actively traded portfolio. I closed out of every position except for Palantir. And the reason why I did that is because I will be away. Anything can happen in the time that I'm gone, and my wife has forbid me to watch the market. So with that being said, I've got a hard stop on Palantir with my broker, and then that's the only stock that I own right now. Ultra Magnus says, I wish I didn't sell SMCI. Listen, did you make money on the trade? You know me. I'm going to say, don't worry about that. You made money on it. That's all that matters. All right. And SMCI is an interesting play because of all of the financial stuff still could be delisted. Think about that. Still could be delisted depending on how this financial stuff comes out, and the stock is still killing it. Watch tomorrow night's video. Tomorrow night's video is going to set off for NVIDIA. NVIDIA is going to be a big play next week, and it's going to push the market one direction or another. So I've already recorded tomorrow's video. It is something along the lines of what's going on with NVIDIA and what you should be doing prior to earnings. So thank you very much for that, Marty. I do appreciate that. All right. Walmart should have been stalwart, but it failed. We're going to look at that. I did a short video on that as well. Oh, you guys not watching the shorts? I did a short video on 2 stocks that got hit because a lot of people are looking at them. One was Walmart. It was weak guidance. And Palantir went down because a new trading plan option for Palantir and the ability to sell some shares for X amount of dollars, and because the DOD is going to have to cut 8% of spending, Palantir is going to be affected by that. All right, so I did two shorts today, one on Walmart and one on Palantir. All right, we can see that there's a lot of yellow in the color guard. Again, yellow observation, and I'm still observing right now. We want off the top of the head Walmart advice. Off the top of the head, I still like them as the biggest brick and mortar, as the biggest brick and mortar retailer. I like them, but I got no control over guidance. Guidance will be affected by inflation. I think about that. Guidance is going to be affected by inflation. Are they going to still be able to keep selling stuff at the prices that they are? And, you know, I think that was a lot of what was going on. ASTS partnership with AT&T, T-Mobile, Vodafone going to explode. No, the next satellite service, it was T-Mobile has already got something going on with Starlink G-Money. But I don't think everybody else is put down on it. I know that T-Mobile's got put down with a deal with Musk on Starlink. All right, so that I do know, but the ASTS, I guess I got to take a look at it. ASTS deal. I'll write that down. I'll see, but it won't be next week. I won't be doing it next week. Market too paranoid with Walmart. Luna is lifting off February 26th with, yeah, I saw that. T-Mobile texting ASTS call and video. I'm going to keep my eyes out on that. I didn't see that story. I didn't know. Excuse me. We got a subscriber. Thank you, Bob. I did know about T-Mobile and Starlink. All right, let's get into the software. Let's go take a look at what's going on in the market on the market timing graph. And here we are. This is the life of the market right now. It's all in a channel. And until we can break out of the channel, the market's just going sideways. Now look at this. 2 days ago, at the top end of the channel, just today going towards the lower end of the channel. This market is just right now a lot wicky-wacky. This is a trader's market. It's Verizon also. Thank you, right on. Verizon and Starlink also a deal. I see ABB is waving. Hi. So I'm going to look at ASTS, T-Mobile, Starlink, all of this stuff. Keep my eyes on it. Especially I might have to have Ryan keep his eyes on it, especially from a shorts perspective. But I've got a trend line here. Look at that. Today's activity, the market's is approaching the upward trend line. That's not good. But you know something? I do have a mainstay of a level of support on the composite at 71.27. Right now we're at 71.94. If we break below, and you know which way, what's going to help determine the market break one way or the other, I think it's going to be NVIDIA next week. I think it's going to be NVIDIA. Whatever they say is what's going to move the market. Chuck says, good for an iron condor all through this time period right here. That's a non-trending market. Ideal for iron condor. Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is, what would I play for iron condor? If the market's doing this, I'd look at the S&P. I'd put the condor on the S&P. That's it. I'd put the, let me go look at the SPX. SPX. No, I wouldn't put a condor here. Wow, thank you, Notorious NIG. Wow. Thank you. I'm new to investing, only know a handful of investment terms. I found your software interesting. How can I master it? Are there any courses on the YouTube channel? Well, that's a great... Everybody put the W in the room, first off. It's interesting that you ask that. Because if I go to the YouTube channel, I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to go to the YouTube channel before we get into the news. Why did I want it? I want it there. Oh, I didn't set that up the right way. Anyway, I'm going to show you something. YouTube.com. And for you Notorious, go to youtube.com. Well, you probably already subscribed to the channel. I don't know why I did it that way. Sigh. Let's go VectorVest. And you want to learn more about how to use, what did you say? How can I master it? Is there any courses on your YouTube channel? What am I looking for? I'm in the YouTube.
You go to the top icon. Yep.
Huh?
Go to the icon. Yep. Top one.
Here?
Yep.
Or here? Here?
The VectorVest icon right there.
Okay.
Right there where you see my mouse.
There you go.
And then there's your right there.
Here's the navigation series. You're going to get 2 more videos on the navigation series while I'm gone. You're going to get 2 more videos on the navigation series while I'm gone. But you want to learn how to utilize this VectorVest software. The navigation series that I'm redoing is ideally suited to get you to learn all of the terminology, all of the ins and outs of using the VectorVest software. All right. So Notorious, that's where I can point you to. And again, I've already pre-recorded the next 2 videos. I've already reported the next 2 videos to show for next week. You're getting 2 more. All right. I think it's, how many of you have found the navigation series extremely useful? It's type of 1 in the room. How many of you have found the navigation series useful? Just type of 1 in the room. Glenn, he also said he was new to investing. I know that, Ben. And even with the new to investing, I think that the navigation series will help them as well. New to investing and new to how to utilize the VectorVest software. So again, thank you for the super chat, Notorious. Interesting that you bring that up, as you're going to get 2 more videos on that in the next week coming up. All right. Where was I? Was I looking at the news yet? No, but we're going to look at it now. Let's go look at the news. Web stories. I didn't set it up for the right one. Anyway, U.S. labor market staple. Hit from the federal government, belt tightening awaited. That's going to be very interesting. A lot of people getting laid off. A lot of people are getting bought out. What about, he didn't give me a stock. I think he just wanted to get that put out. If you want a stock, though, Notorious, give me a stock. Give me a stock we'll look at right now. Give me a stock and we'll look at it right now. All right. The job layoffs are not going to probably be affected until 3rd quarter. A little bit in 2nd quarter, but more so in the 3rd quarter. I'm going to be very interested to see how these layoffs, how these buyouts are going to affect, all this cost tightening of all that kind of stuff, how that's going to affect the job market. We're going to see. We're going to see. Notorious, give me a stock if you want to get a stock looked at right now. I'll get that for you for the super chat. Nope. Only Notorious should be giving me a stock. Nobody else. Let's go to the next one. This is interesting. Fed Bostic sees 2 cuts in 2025 amid uncertain outlook. The thing about the 2 cuts, when you cut interest rates, you're cutting it to spur the economy. I don't know if we need to get a fire under the economy, but they're looking at 2 cuts. I don't agree with that. Unless something drastically happens adversely in the market that we need to stimulate the economy, I'm not all for that. All right, stocks that are moving today. Alibaba stock surges as Chinese tech giant touts robust AI momentum. Alibaba's U.S.-listed stock surged nearly 13% early Thursday after the Chinese tech giant reported quarterly earnings ahead of Wall Street's expectations and highlighted an aggressive push into the artificial intelligence space. Everybody is going all in on AI. Every tech company that has anything to do with AI is going, can I say balls to the wall, Joey? Can I say that? But I think that they're doing it. Joey, answer me. Am I going to get canceled?
You already said it.
Oh, Joey said I already said it. All right. Everybody's putting, and look at this.
We'll find out. We'll find out together.
We'll find out together. And, you know, you just see bloop, and I get canceled. I'll be like, anyway, up 8% today. ASTS, I'm not ready yet, G-Money. I'm going to look at that specifically for you. But news, everybody's putting all this money into the AI infrastructure, and they're beating earnings, and they got good forecasts. I like Baba from when it was 70. The problem with Alibaba is a lot of people are not into those Chinese stocks. All right, 6-month graph, look at that run. Look at that run on a 6-month graph. Our AI momentum remains robust with AI-related product revenue sustaining triple-digit growth for the 6th consecutive quarter. You know, whether you like a Chinese stock or not, if the company's giving you an opportunity to make money, make that money. Make that money. Glenn doesn't care, at least for the next 2 weeks. Listen, I care because I still want to come back to a job. Glenn, should we buy the dip on Palantir? Ooh, good question. Did you not watch the short that I put out, Richard? I did put out a short. Let me talk about that because I'm sure that that's heavy. Y'all need to go watch the short. Let's go take a look at Palantir. I told you I own it. I do own Palantir. There's the break of the upward trend. The scary part of it, man, is look at the break below support. Technically, I'm going to tell you should be out of the stock. On the other side, though, look at today's candle. Look at the big reversal in the wick. Look at the big buying pressure. So, technically, if you're still not in it, I'd like to see it go above this level of 107.01 before you pull the trigger. But look at where the wick stopped today. Look at where the top wick stopped today. Stopped right at that level of resistance. Right now, Palantir is sitting in a little bit of Never Land. But there is some positive sign with the big buying wick at the... And I'm thinking, who asked me that question? Richard, I'm thinking a lot of people are buying the dip with the big wick at the top, at the bottom of the candle. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Richard? I think a lot of people are already jumping on the bandwagon of buying the dip. Not only that, look at today's candle as well. The price is higher than the open. Even though it's a red candle, it's an open red candle. That's also a positive sign. What I would really like to see, though, before I put my money back into it, I'd like to see the break above that level of resistance first. Does that make sense? All right, does that make sense? That's what I'd look for before I pull the trigger on it. Where's RT? RT's at 1.19. What is it doing? It's falling, but it's still above 1. All right, it's still above 1, but it's falling. This concerns me. So now, actually, I'm going to give you a line in the sand. I'm going to give you a line in the sand right here. See this level of the secondary longer trend? That's where I would get out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Do you guys see that, and does that make sense? Here's the secondary. This was the short-term trend. It broke down. Here's the longer-term trend here. This is where, if it falls below this level right here, this is where I would tell you to get out. Does that make, that's a big drop from that high too. That's a huge drop from the high. The high here is sitting at 125. This is going to be sitting at about 84. That's a hell of a drop. If you fall below that, I'm going to tell you all bets are off the table. You should be out of Palantir by that point. But again, there's a bullish sign in that. Look at this big wick at the bottom that shows a lot of the bulls are coming in. The buying is coming in right here. Open candle. The price is higher than the open. Still a red candle because it's lower than yesterday's close, approaching a level of resistance. That's Palantir could drop more. And again, when I give you this level of breaks down, whether either one of these two levels, that's where you should probably get out of Palantir. Wait for a better buying opportunity. Glenn, CNBC saying people are selling MTUM big time. What Palantir is part of MTUM? Who is MTUM? I don't even know who that is. I remember you, me, and he, M2me. You remember that? Type of chuckle if you understood that. Type of chuckle if you understood that. I'm still thinking the same thing, even on, what is this? Multi-cap? Why does that have to do anything with Palantir? I don't know. Anyway, I got a trend line here. I got me a trend line here. I can make the trend line here or here. From really connecting the lows, I'm okay even with M2Me until it breaks down below this trend line. Until it breaks down below this trend line. Is an ETF for high momentum. Okay. For me, I'd rather, I'd still rather play the Palantir. Let the individual stock. That's an ETF was looking at momentum stocks, where Palantir is looking at the Palantir stock. I'm giving you two opportunities on where to look for getting out of the stock. All right. Let high momentum get sold. That doesn't mean every high momentum stock I got to play off the M2Me. No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna play the individual stock. Momentum can be getting sold, but what did I just show you? I'm showing you some buying momentum today, even after the drop. Why? Because a lot of people are buying the dip. Let the momentum thing show me what it wants to do. I don't care. I want to play the individual stock. High momentum is let it get sold. But I want to look at the individual stock because guess what? No matter what ETFs are tracking whatever, you're going to have better players than other players in that ETF. Right now, Palantir is giving me some bullishness. Right at that level of resistance is stop. Open candle, which means the price is higher than the open. Big wick at the bottom. So Akshaya, I'm with you that momentum is getting sold, but I'm looking at the individual stock. Does that make more sense? Just type the word sense if that makes more sense than looking at the ETF. Just type the word sense if that makes sense. The ETF can tell me what a basket of stocks is doing. But in this case, when you're looking at Palantir, I want to see what the individual stock is telling me. All right? Why is SMCI taking off? I think that SMCI has got a lot of momentum behind it. I still think that the door is not shut on SMCI. I think that if they don't come through with their filing for their financials, they stand a chance of getting delisted. Have you not seen that? They have a chance. SMCI is a very interesting play. Now, it's made a lot of money. It's made a lot of money for a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't partake in it because of the financial stuff, but I'm looking at the falling earnings. I'm looking at the falling earnings growth. I don't think that when they report earnings that it's going to be a good thing. Where was last earnings? They did, it wasn't a good thing, but the stock's price is still going up. So I think that this is just people saying, forget this. I want the stock to go. That's what this is. There's no real rhyme or reason behind it. Relative safety is above 1. Let's go bring up RV. RV is above 1. Fundamentally, it's a sound stock. The thing that's hurt it is the news. And people are still wanting to buy, even though the financial stuff. So that's the best way I can answer. A lot of selling pressure yesterday. A lot of selling pressure at a level of resistance yesterday with no follow-through today. But these things concern me when it comes down to looking at SMCI. Earnings weren't great, but forward guidance was positive. I don't know how you can put out, Chris, if I don't know how you can put out good forward guidance if you can't get your filings for your financials done. Does that make sense, Chris? I hear you. And they can be like, yeah, we're going to rock this world. Woo! But we had some discrepancies in our financials. So and it has growth, good growth numbers. I'm looking at the growth. Earnings growth is at 43. Sales growth is at 143. I'm with you, Ben. They do. But I don't like the fall. I don't like the fall and people buying into the fall. All right. I think Palantir drops back to the 90s. G Money, watch tomorrow's video. I'm going to give it to you straight. about what it looks like on paper and what I think about it on, and oh, you said Palantir on NVIDIA. I got the same kind of analysis on NVIDIA going into tomorrow. Watch it. SMCI, somewhat reminiscent of GameStop. All the signs point the wrong way, but the stock kept climbing. Are you thinking that for that, Robert, that SMCI is becoming a bit of a meme stock? I'm interested in your answer. Anybody out there feels that way? Is SMCI, based on everything that's out there, is it becoming a bit of a meme stock? I don't know. It's interesting because nothing right now. Long term, it looks good. Long term, it looks good. But man, it's tough to justify this move up based on the analysis. Interesting. Tom says, nope, not to me. All right, that's fine. You know me. I just like to get you guys interested in the conversation, involved in the conversation. I think earnings come out on SMCI going to drop. Well, we got to wait like a long time. We got to wait almost another whole 3 months because the earnings just came out. I made $3,000 on it last week, jumped back in this week. Again, there's not a super good rhyme or reason except for what they do. There's not a good rhyme or reason why the stock's going up. The financial stuff is still a problem. All right, let me finish getting through the stories. Alibaba, Walmart falling. Retailer says profit growth will slow. A lot of that is going to be inflationary. SMCI, but still major player in the service. I agree with you. Again, on paper and what SMCI does, you almost can't bet against it. But at some point in time, this non-justification will come home to roost. That's what I'm thinking. SMCI will be acquired by NVIDIA. Ooh. Does NVIDIA want them? If they can't get their books together, you think NVIDIA wants them? I don't know. Walmart will be hurt by the tariffs. Goods, Chris, you're right. The cost of goods by way of the tariffs will affect their ability to keep prices low. And I think that is still part of what the issue is. Palantir fell. What happened? The drop in the stock was triggered by the CEO. This is it. New stock trading plan. Enable him to sell up to 9.98 million shares by September 12th. That's worth almost $1.23 billion. And I don't think a lot of people are feeling warm and fuzzy about that, number one. And then number two, the defense secretary is cutting back cutting the defense budget by 8%. And Palantir, a lot of the stocks that we like in the defense space may be hit. My DFEN got hit hard on that. I wonder how much shoplifting is hurting Walmart. I think every company accounts for slippage. I think every major retailer accounts for slippage. So I don't know. With that being said, with the laws that we have that said if you swipe less than blah, 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 with inflation, something, slippage could be hurting retails in a much bigger sense than I've thought about. Because I've never, hey, Fox, I haven't thought about that. And that makes sense. Truth is, SMCI is a CI of 0.63, so buyer beware. All that means, Ben, is that it's not resilient to big declines. That's all that means. Now, tells me the stock is a lot more volatile. If I have a CI greater than 1, the stock is a lot less volatile, and it's resilient to go up, which means when the SMCI gets hit to the downside, it's more apt to stay to the downside before it goes back up. All right, this is the second time SMCI delisted before. We'll see. I think Walmart closed a store or two based on slippage, and probably did it in California, Chris. All right, so that's what happened with Palantir today. As I told you, I still own it. That's the only stock that I own right now before I go to Hawaii. OpenAI tops 400 million users. It's a lot of folks. I know I use chat. How many of you use ChatGPT on a daily? Type of one in the room. I'm one. I am one. All right. Have a beautiful trip, Mr. Glenn, heading over to the swing chain. See you, Ross. Have a great day, man. How many of you use ChatGPT on the daily? I do. Type of one in the room. I do. I think it's a great tool to help. We have 4 more Walmarts here, and one of them has built lock cages around much of the merchandise. Wow. You got liquor in your Walmart? Joey, we don't have liquor in our Walmart, do we? I think we might have wine. I don't think we got liquor. I don't think we got. What about?
You can't have that in.
Oh, okay. Tabula says, "What about DeepSeek? I ain't looked at it. Even when it came out, I never went to the App Store to get it downloaded because I'm telling you, it's another TikTok. That's my 2 cents there. All right, it's another TikTok, and I'm not trying to get them to get into my head with all of the stuff that I would look for on an AI assistant. They'd be like, ooh, I think it's deeper than TikTok. I think that it's deeper than TikTok because it does get into more of your style of writing, your style of thinking. I think DeepSeek is deeper than TikTok as far as trying to get your information. All right. Last 2 stories. Eli Lilly pills to new users. Here's what Eli Lilly's top scientist sees as the future of weight loss drugs. Ooh, New York State doesn't have liquor and wine. I don't think we do either. I think we have wine in Walmart. The development of pills and more potent drugs are 2 areas where Eli Lilly is focusing. That's huge. Right now, Eli Lilly is leading the field with Zepbound, with the GLP-1 drug. They're leading it. Everybody else is behind them. And they're starting to look for the next phase of GLP. Again, looking at pills or more potent drugs. Eli Lilly's trying to do it. Hello, sir. Can you please look at CNSP? Yeah, hold on. I'm going to look at your stocks. Huge liquor departments, but usually poorly stocked. Inventory management isn't something Walmart's good at. The same thing is going on in my Walmart, and it's in a pretty good neighborhood. Really, our Walmart is cool. I love it. It used to be 24 hours, but now it closes at like 11 or so. It makes me sad. So that's the last story. Let's get back into the software because I know you guys want to look at your stocks before we go. Let's go to the viewers tab. The stocks that made the news. Alibaba, Eli Lilly, Walmart to the downside, Palantir to the downside, big moves to the downside. Microsoft because of OpenAI hitting that number of users. Glenn, if you cannot watch the market while on vacation, does that mean your wife will not be shopping online? She won't be shopping online. She'll be shopping on the islands. Oh, no. There will be no need for her to shop online. We're going to be going to all the little stores and, oh, honey, I love this. Oh, honey, this would fit nice here. Oh, honey, we can hang that here. And I just be, Yeah, that's how that's going to go. Glenn, can you explain the MACD for trading? Oof. I won't do it here, EGM, but the MACD is a moving average of a moving average. I like it for the standpoint of trading, but I won't do it here. All right, because I got still a few things to get taken care of here. That's when you find a bench and smoke. Yeah, my wife says to me, did you already buy cigarettes for the trip? I said, yep. She says, yeah, you're probably going to need to buy another pack. I said, okay. Says, because I don't want to buy them in Hawaii. I definitely don't want to buy them in Hawaii. I take GLP for diabetes and lost weight. I don't take GLP for diabetes. I take insulin for diabetes. I don't think insulin is looked at as a GLP-1 drug. I take insulin for diabetes, and my diabetes is so jacked up. I lost so much weight. But it's not a good thing. It's done because my diabetes is out of control. So smoking no good for you. I know that, Mary. I know that. I know my sugar's jacked up too. All right, but listen, gotta smoke. Joey got me to smoking. It's Joey's fault. I got to deal with Joey every day. It's tough.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. What? You don't want me to tell the truth, Joey?
You've been smoking since you were a kid.
I wasn't smoking since I was a kid. I didn't start smoking until I was in the military.
You were 6 with that cigarette behind your ear.
I was smoking helps with weight loss. No, it doesn't. I don't know, does it? Hawaii, Honolulu, Louis Vuitton is less expensive than mainland. My A1C is down to 5.2. You know what the last time I looked, you know what my A1C is? Oh my gosh, I'm going to have everybody gasping in the room. Okay? The last reading that I had on my A1C 14.
Yeah.
Okay? Everybody in the room is going to be like, what? Yep. And again, when I said it's out of control, it is. I still take some meds for it, but it's just, but that's, yeah, I know everybody's got, that's why I had to, that was a pause right there. That's way high. I know. All right. So let's get past that. How? What do you mean how, Alfred? Because I don't take all of this. I don't always eat the way I'm supposed to eat. I don't always take all my medicines every day. My doctor says to me, so Mr. Tompkins, you just want to die. My doctor is very upfront with me and very honest. So it is what it is. I'm working on it. My wife stops arguing with me over it. She just says, make sure that the insurance is paid up. I'm like, wow. She's like, yeah, if that's how you're going to do, then that's how you're going to do, and that's on you. All right. What did Fitz say? Fitz said something. Fitz says, agree, lost 70 pounds during 16. Okay, there you go. How about Joey sits in your seat for the next 2 weeks? What's worse than, I don't know. Yeah, A Fox says, enjoy Glenn while you can. I know. I'm going, thank you, Alfred. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. All right. I might teach y'all. What? Don't do that, Joey. Don't do that. All right. I don't even want to look at the other stuff. Right now, we're dropping in people. We had a lot of people here today. Man, thank you. We had close to 300 people here today. That was awesome. Now, just think about it. If all of y'all would have put a like, hit the like button, I'd be looking at 30 stocks today. But that didn't happen. We got 87, so right now I'm going to give you 10 stocks. Look up Jason Fung's books. Who the heck is Jason Fung? I don't eat crazy, but I eat things I like. I'm with that. I don't eat. I'm not a foodie, Kathy. I am so not a foodie. My wife is a foodie. I'm not. But I do like the stuff that I like. How many likes? It never updates here. Right now, we got 105 likes. So I'm going to give you 11 stocks. I didn't ask for stocks yet. OMG. I didn't ask for them because now I got to go back. Where it is. Where is it? Countries. Customer picks. Sorry, let me empty this. I got to go back. Now I can't even keep up with the list. I got to go back in the list. Nope. Okay, good. Starts with APLD. All right. How many? We got 10. I'll give them 11 stocks. APLD, comma, ASTS, comma, TPC, comma, TSLL, comma, OSCR, comma, let's go see. OSCR, can you please give your opinion on Axon? There we go. AXON, comma, and what is it? App11, APP. You dealt with APP? Yeah, you know me. ASTS is. Your analysis on BBAI 2 days ago hit right to the point. It's gone down 20% since last Thursday. Where's Michelle? Is it Michelle? Who is it that keeps telling me that BBAI was the next Palantir? I had to do a video. It kept coming up and coming up and coming up. Zhang, thank you for that. I had to do that video. And I had to sit down and the move, I don't know if the move is sustainable. HLF, comma, how many stocks is that? Oh, I'm going to give you 12 stocks today. We're at 112. I need 3 more stocks. QCOM is already in there. HLF is already in there. Hold on. Dang. ICAGY, I got rid of that. That's my airline stock. ICAGY, I got out of it. Comma, SFM, and one more, Coke. Is that real? Yeah, it is Coke. I would have thought it was KO. All right. How many stocks is that? You gave me 113 likes. I gave you 12 stocks. There you. Holy smokes. Herbalife is up 45%. Why? Let's view the stock news. Why is that up? Goodness gracious. Why is it up today? I just said that. Stock story. Who the hell are you? Jumped 44 in the afternoon session after the company reported impressive fourth quarter results, which blew past analysts' earnings per share and EBITDA estimates. On the other hand, revenue guidance for the next quarter missed expectations. So they beat earnings and missed on revenue, with sales projected to decline. How is it up this much? Separately, the company announced that Stephen Graziani is stepping into the CEO's chair, replacing Michael Johnson, who will transition to the role of executive chairman. Why is it up? Why is it up? It beat earnings but missed revenue, but it's up 44%. Is it because of the CEO? Herbalife's up 21% since the beginning of the year. Today's young investors likely haven't read the timeless lesson of gorilla picking the winners. Listen, I want to see what that looks like, because that was just blah, 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 blah. That's what that was. That was a big jump. That's news. Falling earnings. What's earnings at? It's still $1.99, but falling earnings growth, though, is rising, and it's -6. There's nothing that's going to tell me that this is sustainable. Relative safety is below 1. There's nothing here that tells me that this move is sustainable after the earnings. There's the earnings. Little wick at the top, bigger wick at the bottom, showing me more buying pressure than selling pressure. I don't think that this is super sustainable. I think it's a story, and that's that. That's what I think when it comes down to Herbalife. What's their cash flow? I have no idea what their cash flow is. Let's go personal finance. Where is it? What's the ticker symbol? HLF. Research. HLF. Herbalife. Earn financials. TTM. Absolute revenues. Where's the time? December. Wow, revenues have fallen since. There's December 2023. Look, it's fallen. It's just 2022 December, 2023 December, and now. Yeah, I'm not feeling that. Revenues just keep falling overall, right? This is looking at a year-over-year basis. Annual, let's go quarterly. You guys are making me look at this a lot more than I wanted to. 1264, 1281, 1240, 12. Yeah, I'm not feeling the revenues. What else is here besides revenues? Earnings, negative. Is that negative? Interest expense. Yeah, I'm not looking at any more than this. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this right now on Herbalife as like, woo, I'm going to jump it. If you were lucky you were in it, I don't know what would have made you be in it. There's nothing that would have made me feel warm and fuzzy about being in it. All right, let's go look at all of the stocks. Oof. Sprout Farmers, earnings coming up. Oh, earnings, there it is. I don't know what they did. Let's look at the news. I don't know what they did. Did they beat? It's down 3%. 5 hours, no. Does it come out later? Might come out after the market is closed. It might. All right. I didn't see anything about. Oh, listen, I like the move. I like the trend line. Let's draw this trend line. I like the trend line. What I don't like is that it's fallen below. I do like the rising earnings growth. I think they beat top and bottom. I don't know what the forward guidance is going to be. That's it. I don't know what the forward guidance is going to be. Thank you, John. It is after hours. I don't know what I think, though, they beat top and bottom. I think that they beat top and bottom. I think that they beat top and bottom. I don't know what the forward guidance is. You know, the problem is going to be eggs. Eggs are a pain in the butt. Coca-Cola earnings, nice jump, very close to the 3-month high. I like the move on it. I like to move it. I like to move it. That's definitely an uptrend. Rising earnings growth. Sales growth still flat. Sales growth is sitting at 3. Fine. But love the move. Let's go throw volume on here. I would like to. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah. I'd like to see a closer in view of the graph to see the better volume. But man, nice open candle, very little wick at the top. I like the play. Coke, everybody likes Coke. There's Herbalife, I'm not feeling that. ICAGY, man. ICAGY, that spells International Consolidated. From the high, I'm out of it. I am out of it. I've got a discernible downtrend from the high. I got a discernible downtrend from the high. And I got a level, if you really, 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 really want to hold it, it's a solid level of support sitting at about 775. I don't think you need to hold it past there. I really don't. That's a downtrend from the high. I do like the rising earnings, the falling earnings growth. Where's the earnings growth rate, though? Still at 24. Nice move on the stock right now. I think it's indicative of partly what's going on in the market. QCOM, in a channel, not a trader stock. This is a trader stock playing the bounces and retracements off of support and resistance. Right at resistance, what did it do? Fell. Got a level of support. I would trade this bounces off of support resistance. I am in SFM and will hedge my position with puts. There you go. Health stocks always go up this time of the year. Glenn, do you know of any good source to find stocks with high short interest? No, I'd have to do that on the internet. I can't do that in the software. All right, but there's a couple of sites, a couple of my go-to sites that I can do that. Like the site I was just at. What was that? Seeking Alpha. I can find that out here. I do like Seeking Alpha. Actually, VectorVest pays for my subscription to Seeking Alpha because I like it that much. And, so. QCOM. Hi, Michael. QCOM, again, in the middle. It needs to get out of its own way. But this is a trade. This is strictly a trade. App Lovin's fading the gap. Fading the gap 3 days in a row. That's not quite a dark cloud cover because the candle wasn't halfway through this candle. It's just a bearish candle with follow through, with even more follow through. Now fading the gap. You all know gaps like to be faded. That's a down day. And it's getting closer to the bottom of the candle, which goes to show that it's pulling down even more. If I own it, do I take half off the table? Do I take all of it? If you've made some money in App Lovin', I'd say take half off the table. But this is your line in the sand right here, about 382.65. If it falls below that, you probably, because it's going to get back into this channel, you probably should be out of it. Next one is ASTS. I got to look at more of this ASTS stuff. I like the move. It's kind of moving. Look at that. It is kind of moving. Little bit. Oh, if you want to consider this to be towards the top of the formation, that's a hanging man. It could be a reversal. Keep that in mind. Could be a reversal, no matter what the news is. No matter what the news is. Look at this. Selling pressure. Shooting star. Not quite confirmation, but it could be the sign after the shooting star. Could be a sign of a reversal pattern. G Money, all I'm telling you, watch it. Right now, you know me, G Money, I'm not trading my heart. I'm trading the chart. The chart tells me shooting star, which is a possible reversal, followed by a hanging man, possible reversal. I'm trading the chart, buddy. Trading my chart. AMD, what's happening with the stock? Should hold or sell? AMD. That's a good way to get another stock in there. Y'all are some slick folks, I swear. AMD. But some of these stocks I think need to be pulled up. Look at that. Down, down. It's breaking out. It is breaking out. You know something? If you bought because it broke through the downtrend, I'd say hold it right now. I wouldn't panic sell. But if the stock breaks down through this level right here of the downtrend, then I'd get back out of it. But right now, that may not have been a bad time. Two descending channels broke out of that channel. If you're in it, leave it alone. One day doesn't make a trend. One day doesn't make a trend. But I'm looking at this level right here. If it breaks back down into this descending channel, you probably want to be out of it. All right. Is that the list that I'm looking at? No, here's the list that I'm looking at. So ASTS, G Money, I'm just watching this. Now, I'm going to put it on a watch list. I do like the move. But I'm going to put it on a watch list. Right now, I'm waiting. All right, let's go to the next one. Goodness gracious, Axon. I like this stock. They're in a fight. They're in a fight with another company over license plate technology. That much I do know. All right, that much I do know. But this fight is starting to taking a hit on Axon. Right now, I wouldn't tell you to be in it. It went to a sell. It fell hard enough that it went to it. Man, that was a big freaking down day. And look at that, more confirmation tomorrow. You know, and right there was the line in the sand, and it broke through it. I do love the stock. Relative value, it's a fundamentally sound stock. This is because there's a spat going on. Axon overvalued has kept me out. You know, where's the value? I don't have it on there. Add parameter, capital appreciation value. It's been overvalued. Yeah, it's been overvalued. But again, I did a video on glamour stocks, how to find the best overvalued stocks. A lot of people said, hey, Palantir didn't make the list. That's because it didn't meet all my criteria, especially with the RV being above 1. That plays a big role in looking at overvalued stocks. And now I'm looking at Axon, overvalued, does have an RV above 1, though. I would still think about Axon, just not right now. Just not right now. Glenn, do you like VRT? Please. Yeah! VRT. It's a good thing. I'm in countdown mode. That's the only reason why. It's the only reason why. VRT. I'm in countdown mode. No. I'm not feeling. There's the trend. I love that these lines stay on my graph. That was a hammer. Boom, right at support. Nice move up. Right at resistance. Bearish harami. Fall through that trend line. All right, now if you're still holding VRT, and you know something, I like it because of the technology for liquid cooling, right? I do like it from that perspective. But if it falls below this level of 102.65, you probably, because it's going to go to that new low, and then it may rebound again. But right now, you're probably losing some money depending on when you got in. Why not mitigate the losses and wait for a better buying opportunity? I'm so mad at Steve for telling me about Axon. Steve didn't tell you. Don't be mad. It's Glenn. No, I own it, Craig. I own it. I'm the one that told you about Axon. Axon has been two safe stocks at the same. Steve loves app. They're both crashed. That's all right. You know, those things are going to happen. That's why everybody's going to have stops on their stocks. Yo, y'all need to let me finish this, because after I'm done with this, ooh, daylight come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me want go home. Day. He said day. Daylight come and that's what's finna happen. Ooh, that's why I've been extra nice and giving those extra stocks. That's why I've been extra nice, because I'm getting ready to go day. He said day. Ooh. All right, let's go to the next couple of stocks. I got a couple of stocks left. Ooh, APLD. I do like the move. A lot of volatility going on with the stock, though. Just be careful with that. If you're not into volatile stocks, then this is not a stock for you. I had a level of resistance right about here. And it broke through it. But watch, it's already broke through it and testing it. Now, I got a level of resistance of 997. Glenn, that's the wrong island. It doesn't matter what island. It's all islandish. Doesn't matter what line, what island. It's still islandish. All right. How long will you be gone, Uncle Glenn? I will be back March 3rd. All right. Applied, nice upward move. Broke through today and testing is a level of support today. If it breaks back down, and look at that, the falling earnings growth, falling sales growth, that accounts for a lot of this volatility here. That does account for a lot of that volatility there. Oscar. Rising earnings growth. Gaps like to be filled, but as long as it keeps staying above that level of 1509, Ooh, I got another level of, there's the swing high before it pulled back, sitting at the value of 1734. I'd like to, if I'm not in it, I'd like to see it break above that. If you are in it, you're fine. You're sitting in a little channel, but I'd like to see break through. And it is a buy recommendations. Again, rising earnings growth, falling sales growth, but sales growth is at 67. I do like that. OMG, what are we going to do with you going? You're going to be fine. You could do your broadcast from the ship, you know. We'll miss you too much. I'm going to try to vlog. I'm going to get with Melissa. I'm going to see if I can vlog. See the best way to do that. I'm going to try to put a lot of stuff that's going on. And how many of you would watch my stuff if I can vlog it on YouTube? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you would watch my stuff that I would vlog from Hawaii on YouTube? I'm thinking about it, Mimi. Type of 1 in the room. If I don't get a lot of ones, I'm not doing it. I'm not freaking doing it because it'll be waste my time. I want to know that you want to see what's going on in Hawaii. I want to see if you want to see what's going on in Hawaii. All right, so we'll see. I'm going to get with Mimi, though, and try to find out how to make it all happen for real. Oscar's in a channel, a closed candle, 2 days of closed candle, so the price was lower than the open. Be careful with it, but it is in a channel. Wow, look at the selling pressure on TPC right at that level of support. Yikes! Ooh-wee. I'm not touching that. That's a lot of selling pressure right at support. I'd wait to see how far it could go below support. Nancy says, don't do it. Go on vacation and spend some time. I'm going to spend loving time. No bathing suit action. Nobody's looking. I'm not showing you my bathing suit because y'all going to be like, You're going to be like, wow, look at that Glenn. I'm not getting into that. I'm not going down that path. Hold on. All right. I just say be careful with TPC. A lot of selling pressure. Mahalo Nulo, I don't know what that means. Thank you very much for everything. Have a happy and relaxing vacation with your wife. Oh, of course. I'm going to, believe you me, I am not going to not pay attention to my wife to send y'all stuff. That's not going to happen. All right, that's not going to happen. All right, I'm just telling y'all. Just telling you, that's not going to happen. All right, I'd be careful with TPC. Last stock. TSLL. That's the bullish side of Tesla. Is that direction bull ETF? I think that's for Tesla. I'm gonna say, I'm not feeling it. I can't get behind it. Freehand line. That's a downward trend. Until it can break through the downward trend, I'm not looking at it. I like the move right here, coming off that level of support, but it's got to break through the downtrend before I even think about it. And where's RT? RT has got to go above 1. That's got a long way to go. That's got a one more, please. Decker. Babe, if you have a free, give me a call. I'm in the car. All right. Decker Outdoors. Last one. Sigh. DECK. And then I got to go for real. Whoa! No! Sigh. No. I got nothing. I feel like Whitney Houston. I got nothing. That's an exaggerated downtrend. Where's RT? Below 1. I got nothing. I got nothing. All right, so. I'm never going to leave. Never going to let you go. I'm going to hold you in the stream forever. Oh, I swear. Ooh, Roku is fading the gap. I'm gonna give you a line in the sand right about here. Good level of support, sitting at 86.63. I'm gonna tell you no. That's a one black crow with a gap down, and yeah, I'm saying you shouldn't be in it. But there's your hard line in the sand, sitting at 86.63. 86.63. All right. Glenn, you are taking the grandkids? Oh, no. No. Not this trip. No, my grandbabies are staying home with their mom. Right, they staying, they ain't going home. They ain't coming with us. It's me, Janet, Janet's sister, my mother-in-law, and another couple. That's who's going. All right, that's who's going. All right, I got to go. Whew. Listen, you guys know I love you all. I'm going to miss you all. All right, I'm going to get with Mimi to see How can Roku be down during every TV? Just because they're in every TV don't mean, that means people bought it. But what's the company doing, John? Think about that. Please, before you go, what do you think? No, Amir, I'm not giving another stock. I'm not gonna. Nope, I'm not giving another stock. Right. With that being said, I'm gonna try to video as much stuff as I don't wear Speedo. Why does everybody freaking think that you do know that I am me? Look at this. Do you think this wears a Speedo? Think about that. I'm just saying. Do you think this wears a Speedo? Sigh. We'll just see. Subscribe to the channel. If anybody out there is brand new to the channel and you like today's content, continue subscribing to the channel. Thank you for the super chats that I got today as well. Thank you very, very, very much for that. This market looks like 1029. Thank you. Have a good trip. No Speedo here. You're still. I'm not. I ain't wearing no Speedo. That's not what you do. All right. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. I'm not wearing a hula skirt. I'm praying for all you guys out there that you have a good trading week. You're going to still be in great hands with Ryan. Ryan's going to make sure that you're going to be good. All right, so just keep that in mind. Always remember there's great people in the world. If you can't find one, be one. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu, folks. I love you all. I'm going to miss you all. Until the next time, though. See ya.